And I like the question that Miles asked and the point that he brought up. I think Matthew 14 is so much in it, man. Like even the question on why they thought it was a spirit. I think the principle there is, hey man, listen, when you've given your life over to Christ, never revert back to your old way of thinking. They thought it was a spirit because remember, these are fishermen. And fishermen and pirates believe the same things, which is when the sea has a lot of waves and a lot of storms, it's because there's a spirit troubling the water. But they began to revert back to the old way of thinking, the old because they're fishermen. This is something they used to do. They ain't been fishermen in a while ever since they have followed Jesus. But while they're out on the sea, I'm saying,
going back to that old program.
That's heavy. I ain't peeped that before. That's a good one. To your old, that's really good right there.
Yeah.
That's a principle.
So now it got to be a spirit because that's how they used to think when they were in their old occupation. Now they just they following Jesus. So Steve read this. Steve read that when he got to I don't know what verse it is, Steve, but it's the passage where it says when Peter takes his eyes off of him, he begins to sink. And then it says, and immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. Man, you know how fast they got to be?
I was thinking that. Like, because I'm like, how did he even, the fact that he knew Peter started that quickly to be able to react and then to hold Peter, not hold Peter, but yeah, I mean, he did.
Yeah, to grab, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he did pretty much harm.
It say caught him.
Yeah.
It says caught him. He was falling. He caught him.
So does Peter even, here's my question. Does Peter really even have time to say, Lord, save me?
No, that's what I'm saying. He didn't even have time to say anything. And God, like, dang, you should automatically have faith based off of you just seeing me out here on the water. So, yeah, I don't even know how. That's crazy.
Kind of like how the 30, it says, but when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. So, like, it was like, I'd had to step away for a second. I had to pray for the kids. But I would imagine is the moment he's losing focus, you know what I'm saying, which is funny again, taking his eyes off essentially the kingdom, you know what I'm saying? He losing his focus on what it should be on. He was beginning to go under. So then that fear crept in. So if he had that faith, and it would have been strong, he wouldn't have had no fear. He wasn't made in the spirit of fear. He didn't make us in the spirit of fear. Of course, you know what I'm saying? He directs us to fear him, but nothing else. So like him beginning to sink, in my mind, I'm seeing like, a toe or two or a foot is starting to go underneath, you know what I'm saying, the water, whereas he, it's like he walking on top of it. Now it's like he's starting to go under. And that little bit, now that doubt is over now. He like, oh, snap, my foot under. Is, you know what I'm saying? That's how I visualize it. Like he's beginning to sink and like, oh, save me.
Hey,
it was gradual.
I gotta get this out, bro. That is perfect that y'all bringing this up, Steve. That was a great principle, bro. And this is what I'm getting from this right here, bro. It's a lot right here, just in this little Peter situation. So what I look at is the standard that Christ holds us to. He holds us to a high standard. It's an extremely high standard. Although I reached the high calling, right, is what they called it. I think it was Paul who wrote about, you're going to reach your high calling, right? You know what I'm saying? He holds us to that high calling. But even when we lack faith, we still got to have the wherewithal to cry out to his name, and he's going to be right there for you in order to, be there and encourage you and build you back up to become who Peter became, right? But so that's one thing. And this is the evidence of the standard that he has for us. Verse 27, but straightway, Yahushua spake unto them, saying, be of good cheer. It is I, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me to come onto the water. Hey, so Peter is exercising some good stuff right here. There's a lot of good things to see from what Peter is doing right here. I hear your voice, like you said, Javon. I hear your voice. Okay. Well, if it's you, then bid me, give me permission. Tell me, speak a word to me so that I am encouraged enough to go out and walk on this water. That's all I need to hear. Christ only said one word, come. You're a legend for that. Said come. And then after that, Peter was come down out of the ship. That's a lot, bro, to step out of a ship.
That's crazy.
He ain't on
in the middle of a storm. You nuts, bro.
Bro, you feel me? So like he steps out of the ship This is you. Taking that leap of faith for that job that you want, or going for that new position, or starting that business that you've been thinking about doing. Like, you step out of the ship. This is that. That's equivalent to that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. I'm in the ship. I'm comfortable. I'm good. I see the economy going crazy. Stuff is happening I'm not in control of. But hold on, Lord, is that you out there in the midst of all of the bad news and the war?
Wow,
You out there in the midst of all of that? You know what I'm saying? And then you get out this shit, bro, and then he walked on water. So this is how we can tell the standard that he holds us to. He said, come. He spoke. Peter did what he's supposed to do. Then he spoke a word. He said, come. Peter goes ahead and does it in the middle of the ocean. I can't even imagine this. He said he does it. So he's walking on water. But when we get to verse 30, but when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, which is what Christ said, don't be. In verse 27, he was afraid. He got out there. He took the leap of faith. He heard the call. He started the business. He started walking on water. Things are going good. You know what I'm saying? But now you got a situation or a circumstance that's bigger than what you can even know. You don't even know what's going on. You out in the middle of the ocean. Now my feet is sinking in. Like you said, I'm beginning to sink. I'm not even sunk yet, but I'm beginning to sink. You know what I'm saying? And immediately, before, and he cries out saying, save me. And immediately, like you said, he's there to catch him immediately. So even when you take that leap of faith, all you have to do, he already out on the ocean now. Christ is still on the ocean. Christ is still standing on the water. So he caught him. And this ain't caught him and put him back in the boat. I'm still here with you. We still about to walk this thing out. I'm still here with you. When your feet is sinking, still call out for me. I got you. We still about to walk.
Hey, you just killed me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, you just killed me, bro.
Hey, I'm saying, man.
What?
Cut up.
This
is fire.
You said, Trav. Man, I don't think you knew what you said. You said Peter was where he was comfortable, but he was Dog, you just killed. But he left what was comfortable. Listen, our chance at greatness will never happen
in comfort. That's real shit, man.
Secondly, Peter ain't the only one in the boat.
Nah, you're right. Other people
Your chance at greatness will never come depending on other people that don't want to go nowhere.
Damn.
Wow.
That don't want to try nothing different.
Wow.
As you said, Trav,
and they were disciples.
They want to tell you can't start the business. They want to tell you that, you know what I'm saying, you from here, so that ain't possible. Hey, how
you gonna do that? How you gonna
do that? Hey, I'm gonna say these two things, and I gotta jump off because Trav, I'm in Kentucky with my parents. You don't never come down here.
Oh, you're a hot town. All right, for sure.
I've learned so much. I've learned so much by listening to y'all tonight, man. I'm forever grateful. It's two things that I was listening to when Steve and Lim, Miles and Trav, you all were giving your points, man. Just an amazing passage. But it's two things. Number one, Trav, with the immediately thing, I started thinking about it. And I was putting my phone down because I was looking. It's not the only time he's done it. It's not the only time that something has happened and he has like saved people right away. Mark chapter 1, verse 28, there's a person with an unclean spirit that needs to be rebuked. The Bible says he does it immediately. Mark chapter 1, verse 31, there's a woman with a fever. He heals her immediately. Mark chapter 1, verse 42, there's a leper who needs to be healed. He does it immediately. Mark chapter 2, verse 12, there's a man with palsy. Tells him to take up his bed and walk. He does it immediately. Mark chapter 5, verse 30, there's a lady with the issue of blood. Mark chapter 5, verse 42, Jairus' daughter. Mark 7, 35, there's a deaf man. He heals him immediately. Mark chapter 10, verse 52, there's a blind Bartimaeus. He blesses immediately. Here's my last principle. I don't think Peter misses his chance at greatness. I know he takes his eyes off. As Steve said, as the kingdom, he takes his eyes off the kingdom, takes his eyes off Jesus. But there's a passage, and Trav, you just brought this up. He didn't save him and pick him up and put him back in the boat. Peter walks on water not once, but twice. The first time he walks on water, walking to Jesus. The The second time he walks back to the boat with Jesus. We miss that because they walk after he's saved. They walk back to the boat.
Get back inside of shit.
He makes a mistake. He makes a mistake, like all of us will.
Yes.
But he has more faith than everybody he had with him.
Yes, bro.
He's the only disciple that can say, at least I have walked on water. Y'all stayed in the boat.
I only seen 2 men do it.
Bro, facts, bro.
And Peter. Yeah, John and Vine. That's huge, bro. And before you go, get this last name, bro. He expects us to walk on water. And you can tell that he expects us to walk on water by his reaction, even though he immediately stretched forth his hand and caught him and walked him back to the boat. He said, "Oh, thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? Why did you doubt? I still love you."
But like, how did you do that? But like, real talk, they always talk about Peter's downfalls. But like, he was still the OG.
Bro, still love all the disciples on the boat. I still love all the people that we left on the land, the multitude that we left.
Who else is not Jesus? Who else cut off somebody's head? Like, bro.
Expects us to walk on water. That blew me, bro. That's the standard that he holds us to. And I don't know. That just blew me, bro. He expected it. He's still gonna be him. Listen, I don't change. I'm the same in the beginning, the end. I don't change. But this is what I expect. Come walk on water. Come do the impossible. Because with me, all things are possible.
Bro, five. That's real.
I ain't never seen this before. And I done heard this story. I done heard the priest. I ain't see everything that he allowed for us to see and what he revealed to us tonight until tonight. I never saw this in scripture before, in this passage before. I didn't realize it was this much weight on it.